Nikolaus Barbie. Nikolaus Barbie was a German officer of the SS and SD who worked in Vichy France during World War II. He became known as the Butcher of Lyon for having personally tortured prisoners, primarily Jews and members of the French resistance, as the head of the Gestapo in Lyon. After the war, United States intelligence services employed him for his anti-communist efforts and aided his escape to Bolivia, where he advised the dictatorial regime on how to repress opposition through torture. In 1983, the United States apologized to France for the U.S. counterintelligence corps helping him escape to Bolivia, aiding Barbie's escape from an outstanding arrest warrant. In 1972, it was discovered he was in Bolivia. In 1983, he was arrested and extradited to France, where he was convicted of crimes against humanity and sentenced to life in prison. Barbie died of cancer in prison in 1991, at the age of 77. Nikolaus Barbie was born in 1913 in Gottsberg, which is today part of Bonn. Until 1923, when he was 10, Klaus Barbie attended the local school where his father taught. In 1933, Barbie's younger brother died at the age of 18. Later that year, their father died. The death of his father derailed plans for the 20-year-old Barbie to study theology. At the age of 22, he joined the SS and began working in the SD, the SS Security Service, which acted as the intelligence gathering arm of the Nazi Party. After the German conquest and occupation of the Netherlands, Barbie was assigned to Amsterdam. He had been pre-assigned to Adolf Eichmann's department. This department was responsible for identification, roundup and deportation of Dutch communists, Jews and Freemasons. In October 1940, Barbie arrested Hermanus van Tongeren, Grand Master of the Grand Orient of the Netherlands. In March 1941, Van Tongeren was transported to Sachsenhausen concentration camp, where in freezing conditions, he died 2 weeks later. In 1942, he was sent to Dijon, in the occupied zone of France. In November of the same year, at the age of 29, he was assigned to the Lyon as the head of the local Gestapo. He became known as the Butcher of Lyon. The daughter of a French resistance leader based in Lyon said her father was beaten and his skin torn, and that his head was immersed in buckets of ammonia and cold water. He could not sit or stand and died 3 days later from burns to his skin. Other tortures included training German shepherds to bite and have sexual intercourse with naked women. Historians estimate that Barbie was directly responsible for the deaths of up to 14,000 people. He arrested Jean Moulin, a high-ranking member of the French resistance. He was awarded the Iron Cross First Class by Adolf Hitler for his campaign against the French resistance and the capture of Moulin. In 1947, Barbie was recruited as an agent for the United States Army Counterintelligence Corps. The United States used Barbie and the other Nazi Party members to further anti-communist efforts in Europe. The French discovered that Barbie was in the United States' hands, having sentenced him to death in absentia for war crimes. They made a plea to John McCloy, United States High Commissioner for Germany, to hand him over for execution, but McCloy refused. Instead, the counterintelligence corps helped him to flee to Bolivia, assisted by red lines organized by the United States intelligence services, as well as by the Croatian Roman Catholic clergy, including Krunoslav Diriganovic. Barbie immigrated to Bolivia in 1951, where he lived well for 30 years in Cochabamba, under the alias Klaus Altman. It was easier and less embarrassing for him to find employment there than in Europe. He enjoyed excellent relations with high-ranking Bolivian officials, including Bolivian dictators Hugo Benzer and Luis Garcia Meza. Barbie collaborated with René Barrientos' regime, including teaching the general's private paramilitaries. Barbie was strongly linked to the neo-Nazi paramilitary member, Álvaro de Castro, who was his personally hired bodyguard, and the two participated in criminal actions and businesses together. De Castro had connections with powerful drug barons, and the illegal drug trade together with Barbie and an Austrian company sold weapons to the drug cartels. He worked for Roberto Suarez Gomez, who introduced him to Colombian traffickers. Barbie met with Pablo Escobar and several other high-ranking members of the Medellin cartel and agreed to arrange for security of Escobar's raw coca supply. In exchange, Escobar agreed to fund Barbie's anti-communist activities. According to the various reports, after the emergence of Che Guevara in Bolivia in 1966, Barbie's anti-partisan skills were in demand again, and he worked for the Bolivian Interior Ministry with the rank of lieutenant, as an instructor and advisor to the security forces. During an interview, Álvaro de Castro claimed that Barbie constantly boasted of hunting down Che Guevara. In 1983, the newly elected democratic government of Hernán Sáenz Suazo arrested Barbie in La Paz on the pretext of his owing the government for goods he was supposed to have delivered but did not. A few days later, the government delivered him to France to stand trial. Shortly after Barbie's extradition, evidence emerged that Barbie had worked for United States intelligence in Germany, and that United States agents may have been instrumental in Barbie's flight to Bolivia to escape prosecution in France. In 1984, Barbie was indicted for crimes committed as Gestapo chief in Lyon between 1942 and 1944. Unusually, the court allowed the trial to be filmed because of its historical value. A special courtroom was constructed with seating for an audience of about 700. Barbie's role in Hitler's final solution was the issue. Barbie's defense was founded by Swiss pro-Nazi financier Ferencz Genoud and led by attorney Jacques Vergès. Barbie was tried on 41 separate counts of crimes against humanity. In July 1987, Barbie was convicted and sentenced to life imprisonment. 4 years later, he died in prison in Lyon of leukemia and spine and prostate cancer at the age of 77. Many thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe my channel and like and share this video.